So yeah, TikTok yet again is being talked about. Honestly, I don't even know why we're still talking about this. It should have been banned a while back, but we're talking about this because I guess they don't want to ban it. Now, me personally, I don't want it banned. I don't want it gone, but they were in talks about it for a couple years now. Apparently since 2020, right? They were in talks about getting rid of that app and it's still here. So I'm just like, why even talk about it anymore at this point? Just let things be, leave it alone. But yeah, clearly that's not the case because they're still doing it. They're still trying to figure this out. So I'm just like, all right, cool, we gonna leave the app as it is. That's what I think anyway, right? I guess the main reason why they didn't want the app to stay is because an issue of data insecurity. They didn't want American information being shared internationally, so they were all like, oh no, we can't be having that. So TikTok is gonna have to get either bought by someone in the US or it's not happening. It's gonna be gone. And while on one end I'm like, all right, cool, you want the security of your nation, you want that, all right, cool, I respect that. The only problem is though, when it comes to like companies like Facebook, Instagram, Google, they pretty much have all of our information already, if not more than TikTok probably has. And it's one of those things where when it comes down to these apps, they're already going to have a lot of information because when you got to log in your email, you got your passwords on there. The algorithm is not the same for the US as it is overseas. So it's just like you kind of have to pick your lesser of two evils at this point, right? You just gotta figure it out. Do you want someone in the US to buy it? That seems pretty reasonable, but for the most part you're just like, all right, cool, you could do something a little bit better. But anyway, this video is going to be really short because like I just want to touch on the issue a little bit because I just wanted to say a couple things because this whole situation, so it baffles me how people are still talking about this. Like, bro, I'm cool with it either way, but I know that it's a bit insensitive because some people have their livelihood on there. Some people are they started off on there 2020 during the pandemic. That's when people really got into their TikTok grind there, and that's cool and all, but the decision is gonna have to be made eventually, right? Because it can only go one of three ways, right? Either TikTok gets sold to an American company or whatever, right? It gets banned because that's what they're trying to do, or they just indefinitely delay the ban. That's the only way that I see this getting resolved anyway. One of those three ways. That's all it's gonna be. Let me know y'all's thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm really interested to know what y'all think about the matter because this is just crazy to me how we're still talking about this. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you guys next time.